Next up we have, this guy's been building surfboards for a real long time. I met him a long time ago when I was in Florida one time, but Ricky Carroll, come on down. Ricky Carroll Surfboards.
A little thing that if you don't know, that on our logo, turn around, you're going to be my model. The Hawaiian words down at the bottom, they mean remember the past and protect the future in Hawaiian. Honoring the past, yeah.
So Ricky Carroll. Now this guy here is amazing. He's been, how many times did you win the shape-off? Was it 3? 4 times the shape-off. This guy won it. It's amazing. Turn around, sir. Yeah.
I'm just going to put this over your shoulders if you want to put it on.
That's all right. Do you want to make this look good? Well, what he really doesn't know is that he's now
George Miller.
George Miller.
George Miller.
Yeah.
We don't even know who George Miller is.
I know that story.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, was that the other guy?
Yeah.
That's where they got it.
You do know him. I know the story.
We'll let him tell.
Tell us the story.
Okay, yeah, here.
All right.
Did Bernie come out?
No, he did not.
Bernie didn't come out. He said he was going to, and he didn't come out. Okay, here, you tell the story.
Yeah, so I got to thank the Hall of Fame, Bob and Mickey here. Truly an honor to be here, but I'll tell you the story about George Miller first. Bernie Crouch was last year's inductee from the East Coast, and the inductees get to nominate the next person. Well, he first nominated George Miller, who couldn't make it, and George wanted Bernie to come with him out here, and Bernie says, I can't do that. He's living in Costa Rica now. And then Bernie called me one day and he goes, I want to nominate you. And I'm like, well, you have somebody. And he goes, no, I changed my mind. I want to nominate you. So I'm second pick to George Miller.
So I don't know how we came up with that name. I don't know why it was, because your name is on the T-shirts, and we never gave him that name to our printer. So this is George Miller. Now, George has family, but is he still around?
No, he's not.
He passed away.
No, he is. He's just not doing well.
Not doing well. Okay, well, I'm going to let you take that jacket to him.
I will.
And take a picture of him with it.
All right.
And, but this guy right here, this guy's amazing. The amount of boards that he's built back there. How big is your factory back there?
It's about 5,000 square feet.
5,000 square feet, man. That's a good-sized building, I think.
It's 2 buildings.
Actually, 2 buildings. So, in any event, here, let's, I got anything on here, Ricky Carroll's Surfboard? You know, 4-time winner of the shape-off. Guy from Florida comes out here and beats all the guys from California. Can you believe that? You know, the funny thing is, and I don't know if he knows this, Greek Surfboards was the first surf shop to send a team back to Florida. And Greek Surfboards came up with the, we were the first ones to build a model for an East Coast surfer. And nobody cared at the time. But this guy right here, he's phenomenal. So tell him about yourself a little bit.
Thank you. Yeah, so some of you probably wondering, who's this guy from Florida? They thought that in the very first shape-off when I got invited to participate in this first shape-off, that Chris Christensen and Scott Bass from the boardroom, they put that whole competition together. And I think it was what got me noticed here in California. Winning the first one, they were like, oh, it was a fluke. But then I won the second one, and a couple years later, I won the third one, and then another later, I won the Chunk of Foam Challenge shape-off. So winning 4 shape-offs against some of the best shapers around was truly an honor, and pretty much helped my notoriety, I guess, not only on the East Coast, but here in California.
Yeah.
I would like to say something about our last inductee, Sherry Pendarvis. I don't know her, but when I was 13 years old, I'm riding my bike back from the beach one day without a surfboard because my brother was riding the board that we shared. And I see this person shaping a board in a carport. So I stop and I come up there and I start watching, and I'm watching this person shape a board all the way through. And I was just amazed at it. And I was like, wow, you know, I want to do that. Maybe I can go make my own surfboard so I can surf. That person was a woman named Mary Ann Hayes. So the first person I ever seen shape a surfboard was a woman shaper who built her own boards all the way through on the East Coast. So I'd like to honor her with that. From there, I built boards in my mom's garage just like everybody else did, and one day got a job fixing dings and sweeping the floors in the shaping rooms for Greg Lohr and Rich Price at Natural Art, and worked at Natural Art for about 14 years building 1 million surfboards. We did the locomotions, we did the Natural Arts, we did the Pro Shapes, we did the boards for Shane Horan. You know, we made more surfboards out of that factory than any other manufacturer on the East Coast. From there, I started my own business in '92 called RC Surfboards, or Ricky Carroll Surfboards, and I still shape to this day. Every day I pick up the planer and shape boards. Got plenty of models on the machine and shaping machines, but that's not what I do. I shape my boards.
Skill 100.
I've got 3 skills and a couple Hitachis that I use. Yeah, so I'm truly honored to be included in this prestigious group of board builders. And I'd like to say one thing. As a board builder, you guys out there, you know this, how hard it is to make a living at it, and how tough it can be at times. But it's even tougher on our spouses. So I'd like to give a shout out to my wife, Carroll up there. She doesn't like the notoriety, but she does the books for our business, and she knows everything about having to pay that phone bill and having to pay the resin bill and not getting paid from the surf shops, and we all know the whole story and how that works. And so it's hard on them. They're like looking at us like, what are you guys doing? You know, why do you do this? You know, it's because we love surfing, we love surfboards. That's why we do it.
Yeah, he's great, and we do it for the love of shaping, right? I'm just very lucky that I got into the real estate business, because we all know there's no money in surfboards. It's like trying to catch water and your hands open, right?
Yeah, it was quite a few years ago, a couple of the inductees had asked me when they got their awards and saw the awards, and they said, Mickey, do you make surfboards? I said, no, I own a commercial door company because I wanted to make money for a living.
That's true. I've done nothing but surfboards most of my life. I started out in high school as an auto mechanic, believe it or not. And a quote from my dad was, when I quit my auto mechanics job to start working in a surfboard factory, his quote was, "You're throwing away your life."
Well, let's get you your jacket award. Put a jacket on it. Has he already had the blessing?
Take it off to the north wall. There it is, right here. Put the hole right there.
No, that's an XL. You were an XL? Okay, good. We'll get you one.
Sir. Hey, guys.
Thank you for making
Congratulations, Ricky. It's nice to have you out here. I'm glad you made it. But last time I saw you, I got to tell you, your hair wasn't that long.
Yeah, I've been growing it out.
I never would have guessed.